Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my WrestleMania 42 Night 1 predictions. All right, so for Night 1, we'll look at this right now here and talk about the crappy card that we have. Because for most part, WrestleMania hasn't really been booked very well. All right, so the first hour, WWE has said that they are going to have for each night that they're going to air two matches the first hour on ESPN. Not exactly sure how the time restraints are going to work with that, especially with entrances. Because the first match we got is The Vision. Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and then I Show Speed with Paul Heyman. And then we have the versus the Usos and LA Knight. Yeah. Once again, total mistreatment of LA Knight, putting him in a throwaway tag match crap. He should be in the main event. He should be going for the world title at this point. It's ridiculous in itself. And I'm really hoping that LA Knight actually gets a really good entrance and not just some quick ass entrance, because that'll be fucking bullshit if they do that. So this match really doesn't mean anything other than the fact that LA Knight is in it. I expect LA Knight to get the win. That'd probably be under 10-minute match. It will probably be an under 10-minute match. LA Knight and the Usos will go over. And I believe LA Knight will get the pinfall. And that'll be the end of it, unfortunately. LA Knight deserves better. Yeah. And it's very unfortunate that WWE are just stupid and won't put the world title on him. Anyways. Because he's massively over. Anyways, next we have Jacob Fatu going up against Drew McIntyre. It's an unsanctioned match, which I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think this is stupid in itself. Why is it an unsanctioned? Like, I just don't understand why it has to be hyped as an unsanctioned match. Like, the match is sanctioned because otherwise the match wouldn't happen to begin with. Like, the whole idea and the story behind it being unsanctioned is stupid. Like, just make it a hardcore match. Just make it a street fight match. Falls count anywhere, hardcore match, whatever, Extreme Rules, whatever you want to fuck call it. I just think it's stupid that they're labeling it an unsanctioned match when, it's not really unsanctioned, because it wouldn't actually be happening if it was unsanctioned. Just go back to just calling them hardcore matches. Like, hardcore matches, you can do whatever you want. You can pin them anywhere. It's essentially falls count anywhere. You can pin them anywhere. That's a hardcore match, right? I'm just sick of the unsanctioned label. But yeah, it is what it is. It's whatever at this point. Storyline has been intense, but it's been a mismanaged storyline. It started last year when Jacob Fatu allegedly got injured on TV and then comes back at the beginning of the year, attacks Drew McIntyre, costs him, or he doesn't cost him. He actually helps him indirectly win the WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes. Drew is the champion for a couple of months and then loses it because of Jacob Fatu. Excuse me. So I mean, what's the point? Like the whole, and then after that, of course, then it's just a brawl the entire time. For pretty much the entire SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, they were allegedly attacking each other. They were brawling the entire time backstage while the show was still going on. Like, are we really expecting to believe that they were able to fight each other for 2 hours? Like what the frig? Um, so yeah, I've not been a fan of the storyline whatsoever. It just doesn't make logical sense. Um, obviously they were gonna do this because they were gonna have Cody win the championship. So obviously that changed every trajectory. Originally, Drew was supposed to defend the title against Cody in a Hell in a Cell. Honestly, I don't know why they just didn't do this match in a Hell in a Cell. Because it could have warranted it there. But yeah. In terms who I think's gonna win, I think Drew McIntyre's going to win. Um, I don't think we really seen enough of Jacob Fatu to really prove anything. He's talented, but I don't really think he's there yet. As someone who can win the world title. Um, some of these guys, not everybody's gonna win the world title, guys. I mean, it's just the reality of the situation. Um, and I just don't see it with Jacob. Um, but yeah, I think Drew gets the dub here. Um, but yeah. All right, next is gonna be well, at least I think. I mean, this is what we have listed here. I mean, it could be different, but now we're back to, I guess, the exclusive ESPN showings or Netflix if you're VPNing it or watching it overseas out of the United States. You got Stephanie Vaccaria taking on Liv Morgan for the women's championship. This one to me is a no-brainer. Liv Morgan has to go over. Stephanie has been a horrible champion. Like, she got the title because Naomi got pregnant, right? But Stephanie, I still don't know why they made her champion so quickly. She just got on the main roster, and then all of a sudden she's the champion. It makes no fucking sense, man. You know what I mean there? And each month she's been champion, it's been getting boring and boring and boring. Like, nobody cares. Like, put the title on Liv Morgan. She's one of the more over women on the roster. I surprising, I didn't even know this was happening. She just did some music video on Raw there. She's a heel, but people cheer for her. I think eventually you're going to have to make her a babyface at some point, but she's just so good at being a heel. But yeah, no brainer for me. Liv Morgan gets the win here. Just end this crap already. Stephanie definitely needs. I don't know what she needs, but I mean, she definitely needs a character overhaul because her character has been bland for months. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't even know what her character is. Her character doesn't make sense. Like, it's just, oh, here I am. Like, what the fuck is her character? I don't get it. Nobody cares, man. Like, nobody fucking cares. Like, what the fuck? So Liv Morgan gets the win here. Next, we have AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. Tough one to call here, but I think they're going to let Becky Lynch win the title back. AJ Lee won it, obviously. Just not too long ago, right? But she's gotten the upper hand on Becky Lynch for most of this feud, right? And obviously AJ is kind of like, she seems more like a part-timer, at least from what we've seen so far. So I think it would make sense for Becky to go over here and continue the feud another time, because if Becky doesn't win here, then it's like the feud's kind of over. You know what I mean there? The feud's kind of over because throughout this entire feud, AJ Lee has gotten the upper hand. She cost Becky the title um, last year to Max Dupree, right? Freaking, you know, she's she's not freaking she's gotten the upper hand. You know what I mean? Um just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, she's she's gotten the upper hand, for months, And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Becky has to win here. You know, the Maxine Dupree thing at Madison Square Garden, the loss to her last month, it just seems like they have to do something here. You know what I mean? Um, so I got Becky Lynch going over here. Um, if AJ Lee wins, cool, but I just think for the storyline, I think Becky needs to go over here. Um, so then the next match, again, this is interesting order in itself, but the Fatal 4-Way Tag Match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. We have the Incredible Forces, Nia Jax and Latch Legends, taking on the Ring Queens of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. We got Bayley and Vicaria, and then we got the Bella twins, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. Could go either way. They could go really in any direction here with this one. I think they're going to give it to Bayley and Vicaria, though I wouldn't be opposed to Alexa Bliss going over here. But at the same time, the whole thing with her and Charlotte, it's ridiculous. I'd rather see Alexa Bliss go for the women's championship. She deserves a lot better than this crap. She hasn't been the women's champion since 2018. So I'd actually rather have Bayley and Vicaria win, and I'm going to predict them to win here, and win the titles. So that's where I'm going with that one. So next we have Seth freaking Rollins taking on Gunther. Another match that just kind of got put together for no fucking reason. So Gunther allegedly was supposed to be feuding with Rey Mysterio, but because Rey Mysterio wasn't cleared in time to start the feud, they canceled it, and then Gunther was pretty much off of Raw for like for like fucking almost a month. The guy who retired 3 people last year and this year, right? 3 major stars. Somehow not on TV. Again, just terrible booking. And again, I'm not that big on Gunther, but when you give somebody that type of rub and you freaking don't put him on TV for close to a month there. That's insane to me. You know what I mean? So Seth Rollins was originally going to go up against Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker injured his hernia and is out. Reportedly, he's been cleared, but they decided to keep him out, which I agree with that decision because a hernia is not an injury you want to rush somebody back for. People said, oh, he could be back 2 weeks before the WrestleMania or 1 week before the WrestleMania. The storyline builds itself there. No, you do not understand. You do not want to rush a freaking hernia injury. That's not good because you can re-injure it, and then it's worse, and then you're out even longer. So no, even if he's supposedly cleared, it's not a good idea to risk it. He's probably going to interfere in this match because he is technically cleared if he is cleared. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't even cleared until this week and they're just making that up. But I think he'll be cleared for the WrestleMania show and they'll use him to interfere in this match. Obviously, Bronson Reed is not here because he was also another guy who was supposed to. Bronson Reed was supposed to face LA Knight, but he got injured, and then he was supposed to face Seth Rollins because Braun Breaker got injured, and so they decided to put Gunther in this match. You know, he has some type of alignment with Paul Heyman. Not really. It's kind of more just like a business arrangement, a one-time business arrangement, I guess. That's kind of how they're selling this match, which is kind of dumb, but I guess, you know, with all their original plans getting screwed up, they had to do something quick. And now that, my friend, is a quickie. And I kind of already revealed where I'm going with this. Gunther has already lost 2 WrestleManias. 2 straight WrestleManias, and I don't see him losing here. And I think, like I alluded to earlier, I'm almost certain that Braun Breaker is going to interfere in this match and cost Seth Rollins the match, because I think, you know, with, you know, the rest he had, you know, they didn't rush him back to do anything for Raw for the past 2 weeks. I think it's better, and he'll have a spot at Mania where he interferes and costs Seth the match. Gunther gets the submission in, and he passes out there. And because of this leads to Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins at Backlash. And Gunther gets the win. All right. Next, we have the main event of night 1, not the real main event, but the night 1 main event. We have Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Randy Orton with Pat McAfee right now. Pat McAfee has said that if Orton doesn't win, he will leave the professional wrestling business for good. Sorry if I don't get my tears all lost with you on your way out, Pat McAfee. But in all seriousness, regardless of Pat McAfee's involvement in this match, I believe Randy Orton will go over here. Despite Pat McAfee's involvement, people have consistently cheered for Randy Orton. They're really trying to make him a heel. But when Randy Orton comes out for that WrestleMania, I guarantee you they're going to cheer him. Orton is going to go over. You know, to me, And obviously, I'm going to be doing my night 2 predictions on, that's coming in another day when I do that part 2 video for the predictions. But this night 1 to me, based on the card, is going to be the night of the new champions. All right. Night 2 is going to be different. It's going to be the opposite. That's just a little preview for the next predictions. But Cody Rhodes loses here. I don't know if they'll have Cody chase the title right away after he loses, or they wait until SummerSlam again like last year. But Randy Orton goes over. It will continue this whole thing with Pat McAfee or whatever that they got going on. Because, again, they're not going to have Pat McAfee retire or whatever or leave, because they want to use him more, obviously. So that's not happening. Randy Orton goes over. He gets his 15th title run as champion there. And, yeah. That is the predictions for the night 1. Again, I don't know if there's any other matches that are going to happen last second. But this is the car. I'm pretty sure this is it. I don't think there's going to be one. So supposedly Io Sky was going to have a match. Like, she challenged Asuka on Twitter, but it was since deleted, and it's been confirmed that they're not going to have the match. It's going to be on Backlash. I don't know if anything has changed since then, but I'm going on to the fact that I think that match is going to be at Backlash. But nonetheless, this is the night 1 card. These are my predictions. Make sure to comment, rate, subscribe, like, as it helps the channel. Hit that bell for all the latest contents. And yeah, guys, that is it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace. Also, besides my YouTube channel, to follow me on the Twitch, the Instagram, and I do have a Discord link in the description where we discuss various topics, including this one here. And now I'm out. Peace.